What up? What up? Jeez, we know a lot of things are up actually. Crazy week. Just wow. Of craziness happening in the world, and a lot of craziness happening in wrestling. This is Clean Pin on from the Bleachers Sports Show. I think we're on Clean Pin number 20, is it? Or 21? How the hell are you? Hopefully you're staying safe. Hopefully you're staying sane, or trying to stay sane. Beautiful day here in the LI 516, home of Zack Ryder. Well, was home of Zack Ryder. Woo, you know it. Beautiful day here. Something that we will get through. Every rainy day will eventually lead way to sunshine. Can't rain forever, right? So here we are, Clean Pin. Let's talk some wrestling. A couple of things to get into. Couple of things. Let's see, actually, as I'm looking at Wendy's taking a shot. Free small seasoned potatoes with any purchase redeemed by 4/30/20. That's cool. Holler at Wendy's. Where do we begin? Well, I think something that needs mentioning is WrestleMania is now moved to a 2-day event, and it will be in the Performance Center Saturday and Sunday. 2-day event, Performance Center. No live crowd. Now, obviously, the way they're spinning it, it's so big that it can't be done in a day. You need 2 days. As people constantly just have no patience here. I mean, a 2-day event, it's without any audience, without any crowd. It's weird, right? It's weird. And a lot of sports are in stoppage right now. All sports are in stoppage right now. Baseball delayed, basketball paused, hockey paused, everything standstill. But when you look at all the sports, the one sport that kind of wrestling, of everything mentioned, it needs a crowd. You realize how much you need a reaction, how important the crowd plays into the overall presentation on TV. Now, this is something like this no one has ever expected, right? So they're trying to put this together for us, the viewers, and some of their SmackDowns and some of the Raws that you've seen without audience, NXTs. They're trying to put this together for us. That way we have something to get our mind off of things. So you thank and you appreciate them for that. But truth be told, some of these Raws, some of these SmackDowns, NXTs have been hideous. Have been hideous. Unbearable, unwatchable. Look, you know, and I could see why the some of it, and the rumor is that some of the wrestlers, they don't want this. You know, they do not want this 2-day event. You know why? I think very simply why is the fact that some of these people know, depending on where you are on the card, that they're not going to have a match. You're not going to be filming card subject to change. Card subject to change. I strongly believe that you would not have, that you won't have a total WrestleMania card if it's done in the Performance Center 8 hours, right? How long do you think this card is going to be? Some matches will be cut out. They will be cut out, and these people will be left out in the dark without a WrestleMania payday, not being on WrestleMania. But, you know, as you can see, what Vince wants, Vince will usually get. And, you know, it really, it's safe to say at this day and age, with the way everything has been, Vince McMahon really cares more about his investors than his talent. You know, the rumor has been wrestling needs a crowd, needs an audience. Why not wait? Why not wait till June, July, when you hope all this will start to turn around, and you could go to a Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden will definitely, which has been like, you know, that's one of the rumors. Madison Square Garden will definitely, I think, clear their schedule for a WrestleMania. Listen, there won't be no Knicks playoff basketball in June. Don't have to worry about that if you're a Knicks fan. Is it a Raymond Burr Arena? No, is it Raymond Burr Arena? Is it Tampa? Would Madison Square Garden be a Tampa Bay outside arena? No, it won't be the same. But at least there will be something. At least there will be something. You damn well know that Madison Square Garden will sell out like that in a matter of a couple of seconds as soon as you make that announcement in Madison Square Garden. Well, why not even maybe combine a WrestleMania, let's say, with a SummerSlam and have like some type of a super show. If you want to use that whole premise of having a 2-day event, why not use that premise of having a 2-day event? A super SummerSlam. Two-day event. That would be fine too. Look, again, and I understand that this is an unprecedented time, an unprecedented era, something that you've never experienced before. But listen, building up, it doesn't even feel like it's WrestleMania season. I mean, I understand what you're trying to do, but even with how limited you are, you haven't been able to build up this card at all. At all. Postpone it. You know, make it in June. You know, let that rumor be true, Madison Square Garden, or put it, you know, in. Or do like a super show come SummerSlam. It's not the way to go. Let these athletes have the WrestleMania moment. You need a crowd. You need a crowd. You need a crowd for to pull off a wrestling show. Strongly believe that. Props to AEW. Their past show, AEW Dynamite this past week, they too did not have fans in attendance. Or did they? I will explain, but AEW, they hit it out of the park. They hit it out of the damn park. Out of the damn park. I guess this was AEW's I guess home base. I'm not sure if the Khans own this arena or they have a stake in this arena, but nonetheless, there they were. No audience. But what did they do? They utilized the talent that they had and planted them in the audience. And it was entertaining. You know, you had the heels with the heels and the faces with the faces. They were together, so it made sense. You have Sammy Guevara singing Jericho's theme, which was absolutely hilarious. You had Warlow in that same scene looking at Sammy Guevara stoically, not flinching as if Guevara has 7 heads. Funny. You had Sean Spears eating, stuffing his face every other minute. Hilarious. You had the heels and you had the faces cheering and booing and awing. They were there in the arena. They put them to work. And the very little that they did the little that they did, it worked. It made you forget about the crowd. It was magically done. It was probably one of their best shows. And this is including all the shows that they had an audience from. How ironic is it that their best show, probably to date, is the one with no audience? Now, listen, I understand what WWE was trying to do. It was trying to fill in holes. But, I mean, come on. WWE was giving us, Royal Rumble matchups, replays, replays of Cena versus Bray Wyatt from WrestleMania. NXT, they gave us 45 minutes 45 minutes deep into a vignette of Ciampa and Gargano. No, I don't need to see this 45 minutes worth. It was like the whole damn show. The whole show. It's about, it's like you don't have anyone else on the roster you forget except for Gargano and Ciampa. So, kudos for AEW for putting on that show, probably their best show of the year, without an audience, utilizing their roster to make you forget that there really is no audience. And just the way that, the way they presented it, the way they shot it, the way they were shooting the episode, it made you forget that there was an audience. Heck, even like the simple things, what did they have? Like, the pyro. Even that. Job well done. For AEW. You've seen the debut of Matt Hardy. Hola, Mr. Matt Hardy now. It's very interesting to see what can you expect out of Matt Hardy. He's coming back as broken Matt Hardy. And like he said, he knows that his wrestling years are winding down. So I expect him, to fully kind of take advantage of this new lease on life. The fact that he's able now to, go with this broken character. Listen, obviously Matt Hardy is creative as all hell. You see the Free to Delete series on his YouTube channel. That guy is very creative. He was woke in Matt in WWE. Never, I think, I don't know. Maybe Vince didn't fully understand what the Broken character is. But, you know, that debut came off on AEW, came out phenomenal. Imagine, and this was with no crowd. But the way that they done it, debuting Matt Hardy, it's like you could almost hear the audience and the fans just popping, you know, around the world. Like you sensed it, that expression on Jericho's face, like, who is this? Like Jericho. 20 some odd years in the biz, long-time WWE guys, finally being introduced to Matt Hardy. Like, who is Matt Hardy? Priceless was that face. And they sold it. They sold it pretty darn well in all of them. I think you have a lot of potential with this character still. I'm sure, you know, Matt Hardy was jotting all his ideas down. And, you know, now with AEW, I'm sure he has full control, full range of what he wants to do with this character. So I look forward to seeing that and seeing how that will unravel here in the next coming weeks. The Exalted One, Brody Lee, formerly known as Luke Harper, also made his debut on AEW. Just again, I'm gonna go back to this episode over and over again, seems like, on this podcast, and I'm telling you about what a great show was. Dynamite. It definitely was. It was, again, a good show. They pulled out a lot, and I bet you didn't expect to be seeing Brody Lee and Matt Hardy on the same, you know, show debuting. Little dig at Vince there in that promo vignette. You know, you're not the only old guy who hasn't believed in me. I mean, listen. Again, I don't know, you know, this is just me as a fan. I really don't know as to, you know, what to think of that statement. You know, for the simple fact that I could tell you that Luke Harper, you know, when he was on TV, he was part of, like, the main stable, the main faction on WWE. He was constantly getting, you know, TV time. So how can you say, really, that, you know, that Vince or, you know, creative didn't believe in him? He was getting TV time. He was part of a main stable, main faction. I'll be honest with you guys. I mean, in actuality, I mean, did Luke Harper ever really connect with the fans? You know, how many people were standing in line to get a Luke Harper autograph on, you know, WrestleMania weekend and on Access? I mean, he was part of the Wyatt family, which was red hot for a good period of time. But other than that, what has Luke Harper really done, just my opinion. You have to connect with the audience. So we'll see, when now he is in the land of AEW. He does have a shirt out now. We'll see how many people will be flocking to buy, Brody Lee shirts in AEW. Right? I mean, listen, you gotta show me something here. Show me something. Show me something. Speaking of, Brody Lee being the exalted one, Evil Uno, during this whole time here that we're going through, pretty much, obviously, as you've been following the news, the whole workforce, except for essential services, is pretty much working from home. Working from home. So, unfortunately, for us as wrestling fans and for the actual talent, being an indie wrestler does not count as being a essential service. It's not an essential service. So a lot of these wrestlers, are living paycheck to paycheck. Everyone is trying to make ends meet. And Evil Uno, suggested that it's it would be a good thing to try to support these indie wrestlers while they are not not working right now. And Braun Strowman kind of interjected his 2 cents. He deleted it. It was on Instagram, and then I believe he deleted it. It's not there, but if you do the search, Braun Strowman, and you will find it. He's kind of saying, he's saying that that he's sick and tired of these guys that are crying always like a woe is me type of situation, and looking for help from everyone instead of trying to take some action. He says, listen, you're out of work right now. Okay, well, he went on to say, that there are many places that are hiring right now. A lot of people need curbside, delivery guys, stuff like that. That, he said that he only had, that he loved, being a strong man, but that didn't have any money, so he had to leave. And then when he left to chase his dreams, he only had $150 in his pocket and a Kia Soul. That's all that he had. So he's like, if I'm able to do it, why aren't these guys able to do it? Now, and he got some flack. He got a lot of flack on the internet, and I get what he was trying to say. He was trying to say, that he's, what he was trying to say, I think, the way I interpreted it, is that, everyone should chase their dreams. It's a good thing to chase your dreams. Always chase your dreams. But sometimes you have to realize that your dream, and this is what I took it as, you have to realize that your dream sometimes it's just that. It's not attainable. You have to be realistic. Now, you can continue to, try to chase your dream and try to achieve it, but you need to have a backup plan or something to do in case it doesn't work out. Because if you're not making money, how are you realistically how are you going to make ends meet? And at what point is it just time simply to put that dream to rest and start another dream? Right? So that's what he was trying to say. I think what he was trying to say is that a lot of people don't have a backup plan, and you need a backup plan, is what he was trying to say. That would make perfect sense. That would make, so like in the case of the indie workers, if you're not making money, big time money, then you should be having another side gig until you perfect your craft, where you don't need a side gig, right? So that's what I would interpret what Braun Strowman is trying to say. It just sometimes I think like you could only when you write things on Twitter, it get interpreted in so many ways. It's different saying one thing as opposed to typing it, right? Things get misconstrued. Is that the word? Misconstrued? Listen, the fact is, too, unfortunately, a lot of people, it's hard for a lot of people in general. Circumstances sometimes are where people could be working 2 or 3 or 4 jobs, and they're hustling, bustling, trying to pull things together, and they cannot sometimes make ends meet. It's hard. These people trying to put things together with limited resources that they have. You have to remember, it's sometimes your household is